From the first stories told in firelit caves to the electronically recorded messages of deep space, we leave the 20th century with no regrets. Time bends, space is boundless, and when humanity gasps its last, all that will remain, if anything, will be the theater of tomorrow. Tonight's production is Kennedy Roundhouse Moon Detective.
Wind blows gently, the calm before the storm. Sometimes it's easier to just say it. You're not dead.
I told you to leave it, Kennedy.
You told me a lot of things.
I've got more.
I'm sure.
You didn't listen to money, to reason, to threats. You brought this on yourself.
You brought it on myself. And 2 of my friends are better off in a bug house because of it.
There's more at stake than the sanity of 2 people.
I'm sure I'll find out whether I agree or not.
Get in the car.
Normally I don't mind a woman calling the shots. Usually, though, the shots aren't this literal. You gonna tell me on the way, or do I have to wait for you to raise the curtains?
You wouldn't believe it unless you saw it, Ken.
That's a tired line. You can do better.
I tried to do better. You're too damn stubborn.
You want to have your drama play out, fine.
Stop jockeying for the upper hand. Where we're headed, what I'm going to show you, will change your life. And not for the better.
I wonder how many people pointing a gun have had that thought before. Smart money's on all of them. But I clearly don't know anything about smart. We drive the rest of the way in silence. I don't take my eyes off the gun. She can't take her eyes off anything that isn't me. A team of maybe 6 people in full rubber gear, head to toe, are spraying water down into the crater with big hoses. That how DeWitt gets rid of the water? He just hoses it into some crater 3 hours outside of town?
Go have a look. See for yourself where the water goes.
I don't assume just because there's witnesses here I'm safe, Mandy. If these guys know where the water gets buried, they won't care where I do.
The crater, Ken.
If she's gonna kill me without telling me why, here's the where and now's the when. I'm out in the dust, looking at the sun. Old Earth easily visible behind the ridge of the crater. The ground is... What is that?
That's the source, Ms. Roundhouse.
Is that what we see when we dream?
More or less.
Dr. Fang knew.
She suspected. She would have known eventually.
And Tende? This is the last thing he saw with a rational mind?
I'm afraid so.
The water, the dream. This is what it is? This is what all of this is about?
There's more to it than you know.
Ain't that always the way?
Roundhouse!
Don't move. Judging by how easy it was to get it away from her, Mandy isn't much use with a gun. I am. Keys, DeWitt. Now! Come on, Mandy, we're getting out of here.
We?
Yeah, there's a few places.
It was fun at first, Ken, but I'm staying right here, with my husband.
So it's like that now, huh?
It's always been like that, Big Eyes. Where do you think you can go? It's the moon.
After what I saw in that crater, I don't know what it is.
Sorry I dragged you into this, Ken.
Yeah. Mandy got to the truth. But she's married to one of the gatekeepers, so she fakes her death to avoid a lobotomy. I get a pass because Mandy's got a soft spot for me, and I'm too high profile. My luck's running out, and I can't turn to a friend for help, or maybe someone shows up and turns off the light for them, or worse. Only one man on the moon can help me now. Felder.
Not now, Roundhouse. My shift just ended. I'm going home.
I just saw Mandy Licks. Alive.
Uh-huh. Then who's on ice down at the morgue?
Someone unlucky enough to only hold value on ice down at the morgue. Screw your head on and take me to your office so we can talk.
So talk.
Councilman DeWitt faked the death of his wife to protect the secret of the water supply.
Not this again, and again, and again. Kennedy, there is nothing going on with the water supply, except that you won't
Stop
leave
hating me for 2 seconds and listen. She just took me out at gunpoint to meet up with her husband. It's the source. Dr. Fang and Attende, my street guy. They both got the truth, and he did something to him. He got to him. I don't know what they did, but their minds are a complete blank now.
Roundhouse.
The crater, Felder! 3 hours drive from the water reserve. Just drive toward Mare Crisium, and you'll run right into it.
Kennedy.
He's dumping water in the crater. There's something in there. It's making us dream. It's all in our heads, Felder. It's an eye. It's a giant goddamned eye.
Kennedy Roundhouse.
Felder? Felder!
Kennedy Roundhouse.
What the hell? What the hell is going on?
How may I help you?
Jesus, Cat. Doesn't he ever let you go home?
Miss Roundhouse, Mr. Kingsley is really not available to speak right now. I would be happy to make an appointment for you tomorrow.
Sorry, doll, not sure if I have that long. How about you wake him up for me and tell him if he won't let me in, I'm gonna kick his door down.
Kennedy, if you kick the door down, I'm gonna have to call the cops.
Cops are busy right now. I like my odds. For once.
I already am a cat. Let her in.
Mr. Kingsley will see you now. Right this way, miss. Miss Kennedy Roundhouse.
You're announcing me? It's 4 in the morning and he's the one... Never mind. Why don't you bring me a cup of that coffee I smell?
Thank you, Cat. I thought Kennedy Roundhouse didn't drink coffee.
It's my last stop and I feel like being tense might break the tension.
What can I do for you?
What can I do for you? That's a change of pace. I want to talk to you about the water.
Here's your coffee.
Thanks.
Thank you, dear.
Will you be needing your pens, Mr. Councilman?
Not tonight.
Very good.
You know about the water supply.
Wouldn't have been a very effective councilman if I hadn't.
The only effective thing you ever did for the council was to get fired to protect the secret.
You don't have to puff your chest out at me, Ms. Roundhouse. We're on the same side.
Spare me that. I don't know whose side you're on, but my side doesn't keep dreams and giant eyeballs.
Here are your pencils, Mr. Councilman.
He said he doesn't need his pens.
That's why I brought pencils instead.
Oh, thank you, Cat. I won't be needing anything tonight. We're just using the study as a parlor.
Yes, sir, Mr. Councilman.
Okay, fun's fun, but I need to know why there's a giant eye in the crater out towards Mare Crisium, why DeWitt is hosing it down with our emergency water, and why Mandy Licks faked her death when she found out.
There isn't a giant eye in a crater in the direction of Mare Crisium.
Don't bother playing.
There's a giant eye in every direction, in every crater on the moon.
Say that again.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I won't be reduced to endlessly saying your name. I have protection as a council member. Your friends have no such protection.
But I do?
Stop playing the fool to get me to spoon-feed you information I'm clearly willing to give freely. All the fuss you made, the attention you've drawn, look how many have paid the price already, and you know nothing. If you went insane, or worse, more would come looking for reason. It is more simple if you agree to remain silent.
So what's this big secret that I'm only allowed to know after a bunch of tap-dancing bullshit?
You still have DeWitt's car?
He knew I would come here. He called Kingsley hours ago. Just when I think I'm finally ahead of the game, they let me know I'm not even playing. Yeah.
Then go back to the crater. He is still there. He will explain your choice to you.
So there is a catch after all.
Every choice we make means leaving something behind. Goodbye, Ms. Roundhouse.
Thanks for the coffee. No more friends. No more enemies. Backscattering didn't work. Running didn't work. Countdowns started. I sit in the car for a while and pretend to have a headache so I can avoid thinking. I look up when I feel eyes on me. There aren't many people out on the street at this hour, but every single one of them is watching me. My hands get tight in my gloves. They've always been watching. Not just in our dreams. Every moment the eyes that fill every crater on the moon are watching us all. I pull the long black car off the curb and drive as fast as I can back to the crater. I wish I hadn't made such a dramatic exit last time I left town. This exit feels like it's earned the drama a little more.
It's a story that's never been told.
I hope you didn't talk to anyone other than Kingsley about what you saw out here.
Felder.
Shame. He was a good man.
If you say so. Where's Mandy?
Safe. You won't see her again, whichever way this goes.
Shame.
Do you want to ask a series of clipped questions, or are you ready to listen to your choices?
My choice come with an explanation or just to threaten a different threat?
The eyes have been watching us since the very beginning. Whatever humanity was when it at last arrived in full on old Earth, the eyes were watching us. They called to us immediately. It was they that drove us passionately to the moon. It was they that cut us off from old Earth once we were here. And only they know what happened on old Earth after that.
I suppose they tell you all that?
After a fashion, they showed me. We don't hold Congress. We are too primitive to understand, and they too complex. We have infrequent, vague communication that comes in the form of instincts, feelings, images.
Dreams.
The dreams.
That's them trying to talk to us?
We don't think so. We know what it's like to talk to them. The dreams are the drops that spill from the carafe onto you as they pour into our cups.
Poetic. Who's we?
Everyone on the moon who stands between them and you.
So you're our salvation? Our protectors? That's the story you're selling?
I'm not the warden, Roundhouse. I'm a prisoner, just like you.
Me and some of the other prisoners don't drive cars quite as nice as yours, inmate.
If you want to dismantle the ruling class that has always existed to oversee the majority, you're more than welcome to try. It's very good for business. Keeps the little people busy.
Careful, Councilman. You're starting to sound less and less heroic.
I have no interest in impressing you. I work to keep the eyes wet and my town alive. That is all I am interested in.
That's the big secret. We all produce extra water so you can dump it in the eye of the man on the moon.
Imagine them. Existing for as long as we have, for millennia. Unable to move. Unable to scream. All while a fine layer of moon dust covers their many thousands of eyes.
Starting to feel a little teary myself. So they get us here, and people like you just fall in line? Make sure the status stays quo?
You've seen their power firsthand. The moment anyone even threatens to make their secret public, they slip to madness. It is safer for the status quo you look down your nose at, a status quo that keeps people alive, than it is to revolt.
So that's the last chapter of the human race? Making sure there's not a dry eye in the house?
The human race goes on as it ever has. We make art, we love, we kill, we waste away. The only difference now is we have a purpose, an answer to that question which drove us. Why are we here?
If this purpose is so great, then why keep it a secret?
You know the answer yourself, Ms. Roundhouse. Tell me how comforted you are by your purpose. Tell me how much richer your soul, knowing why we live and die. Tell me you think old Earth's children would wake up tomorrow with lighter hearts, knowing what we live with.
My choice.
The car is yours. Drive it away from the city. Drive far enough that no one will even remember your name if you can't keep it a secret. or drive it back to the city, drink that green sludge the council pretends to know nothing about, and try not to think about what watches you when you are alone.
What if I make this public? Isn't that my choice too? I could tell everyone in town what's out here and let them decide what to do.
They will burn a mind away from a healthy brain if they suspect that brain has an inkling of knowing them without understanding. What do you imagine would happen if you tried to pluck even one of the many thousands of eyes on the moon?
Won't know till we try.
Destroy yourself how you see fit. In any event, I doubt I'll ever see you again. You are not the private eye that concerns me any longer. Goodbye, Ms. Roundhouse.
The men and their hoses are gone. DeWitt is gone. It's just me and the eye. I can feel it watching me. Hot and wet. It's not looking at me, though. It's looking out at the black sky, not seeing the sky. Seeing inside every building and every person inside those buildings in the city behind me. I look at old Earth. Is there anybody still there? Was our ambition just a cheap trick to get an eye a drink? If I drive back to town to tell Wally all of this, will he have time to print it before they flush his mind away? Will I even get into town before they roll the dice and flush mine? I feel it again. The fear, that pure fear again. I keep mine fixed on old Earth. I don't want to look down and see that great eye looking at me. They can see us all, always. If we manage to break free, then what? Life goes on as it always has on the moon? Only now most of us are dead or crazy? Is pride a fair trade for ambition? I pretend to have a headache again. There never was a real choice here. There's only one thing I can do. The only thing I've ever done. And when I look down into the crater, I see that great eye staring back into me. It sees my choice. And I see its fear.
The Theater of Tomorrow was created by Andy Hamer and Travis McMaster. Kennedy Roundhouse, Moon Detective, was created by Mario Colley. Words by Travis McMaster. This production was fortunate in securing the services of Kelly Nineltowski, Krista Lewis, Mark Whitten, Chuty 2, Paul Getz, Josh Monk, Heather Monk, and E.K. Dagenfield. Broadcast in beautiful Los Angeles, California at the L.A. Studio Bricks showroom. The L.A. Studio Bricks showroom can be accessed on the connectitubes at www.cglewis.com. That's www.cglewis.com. This has been the thrilling conclusion of Kennedy Roundhouse, Moon Detective!
Tonight's production was a work of fiction produced entirely for the Theater of Tomorrow.